So he said the Bible contradicts itself. Due to Instagram only allowing me 3 minutes, I'm going to answer some in this video and probably more videos in the future.
God claims to be all present, yet hell is a place without God.
This is easy. 2 Thessalonians 1:9. They will suffer the penalty of eternal destruction, separated from the presence of the Lord and the glory of his might. Psalm, where can I go from your spirit, or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If you study this, you would understand that God is a multi-dimensional being. As a human being, you're only able to comprehend things around third-dimensional nature, give or take. But God is multi-dimensional. This is talking about his omnipresent nature, his omnipresent aspect, while this is talking about his relational aspect. God being God, just in general, he's everywhere at once. But different aspects of him are manifest depending where you see him at. If you're in hell, it's not a relational aspect. You're seeing the judgment of his fire. But if you're in heaven, it's his relational presence. Those that's cast away, that's from his relational presence. You can live with somebody in the house, yet not have a relationship with them. You have some teenagers that live at home with parents that don't even associate with each other. They're present, but not present. You could be around God, but not be by him in a relational dimension. Next.
Jesus promises that those who believe in him can perform miracles in his name, but if you asked any Christian you knew to perform a miracle right now, they would fail to do it.
We don't jump to your command, we jump to God's command. This argument is even unbiblical. It's outside of the parameters of the character of God, unless God commands it to take place. Even when Jesus was being crucified. Verse 67, then they spat in his face and beat him, and others struck him with the palm of their hands, saying, prophesy to us, Christ. Who's the one that struck you? Luke 22:64, they blindfolded him and said, prophesy to us. Who hit you that time? Jesus didn't even answer them at their command. So that statement is outside of the parameters of the character of God, unless he commands it. This is like me going to Miami in the middle of the summer and saying, if it doesn't get cold here in 2 hours, then it's not really Miami. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? Outside of the character of it.
God in the Old Testament commands Moses to slaughter his enemies. Meanwhile, Jesus preaches to love your enemies. But I thought God was unchanging. Malachi 3:6 says, I the Lord do not change. But Exodus 32:14 says, so the Lord changed his mind about the harm he would do unto them.
This is easy as well. Israel, a nation, he used them as an instrument of divine judgment. And also it was key for the nation's survival. Hence why in verse 2, scripture says, take vengeance on the Midianites for the children of Israel. While Jesus is talking about day-to-day life. We know this obviously because the two witnesses killed people during the tribulation with fire out of their mouths. You have self-defense and you have general day-to-day life. You have to understand the body of the context. Come on. When God says he doesn't change, he's talking about changing his character, not relenting from disaster. You can have the top professor in the world, whose character remains the same. But he tells a student he decided not to punish him for getting to class late. What you just showed was an expression of God's mercy. The deadline's tomorrow. If you struggle with being bold in the faith and you want to learn how to counteract arguments from atheists and others, we're sending out a 3-day class. Click the link in my story or bio to join.